gotta be honest with you guys, I can't believe I made it. I can't believe I actually walked across that stage considering where I was at the start of this year. If you guys have been following the channel, you know that back in January I had that really serious surgery to try and fix that chronic illness that I've had for so long. And it almost ended me. It almost ended my whole college career. I almost had to drop out, but I didn't. And I got healthy and I was able to make it back to school and finish and graduate on time with my friends. I can't even explain how thankful I am. I feel really blessed. Also, big shout out to Grant Henry for getting all of that amazing footage at my graduation. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of him before, but he's my older brother and he does a lot of magic cardistry, video and photo work as well too. But yeah, college, that chapter of my life is over, done with, completely killed, dead. I'm in this really awkward transition phase of my life. If you guys follow us on Instagram, you saw that I was moving and putting all my personal belongings, packing them into a sedan and driving through the 90-degree heat with no AC just to make it home for a couple days before I have to go move somewhere else for work. It's going to be a crazy next couple of weeks. Definitely put some F's in chat for the old Rise Magic Studio, my old room back at college. Rest in peace, sweet prince. Anyway, I wanted to use this video to get a little bit personal, to answer the questions that a lot of you guys have been asking about the future of the channel, the future of my life, and to really answer the question, where do we go from here? Alright, so let's just get started. Question number 1, a lot of people asked a variation of this question, but Brandon_Yak and Eric Pruitt pretty much asked what my degree was in college. The simple answer to that is digital media with a performance concentration. At my school they had digital media and then video, audio, and performance, and I chose performance because I already teach myself and do a lot of video editing, and I wanted to get better at being on camera, hence the whole YouTube thing. It's what I love doing as a hobby, so I figured I may as well take a whole college major on how to perform better on camera. So lots of my classes were about producing video content as well as being in front of the camera, how to better use your voice to communicate clearly and just be more comfortable in front of large crowds and talking on camera. John Whosoever 1 asks, how's the job hunt going? Have you found a place to live yet? And are you still staying up till 2 a.m. editing videos? Well, first off, I do feel slightly personally attacked by the accusation that I stay up late to edit videos. I would never do such a thing because of how important sleep is to the brain. I'm actually filming this video at 11 p.m. and then I'm gonna edit in the morning. See, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm trying to be more mature and responsible now that I'm a college graduate. How's the job hunt going? This is what I'm most excited to talk about, but I can't talk about it at all because there has been no pen to paper. And I'm pretty honed in on one specific job opportunity that is really, really awesome, but because I haven't officially accepted it and signed the contract yet, I can't talk about it right now, but as soon as I do, I can't wait to tell you guys all about it because it really is an answer to prayer that this job seemingly came out of nowhere. Have I found a place to live? Well, I'm at my house right now in my old bedroom, putting all the set pieces back up, so I do not have a place to live yet, but I need to make sure I get that job officially first, and then I'm probably going to move to the area which that job is in. Let Card Collector asks, will you still have time to make videos? Yes, I will always have time to make Rise Magic videos. In fact, now that I'm out of school, even when I get that full-time job, there's going to be even more time for me to make Rise Magic content because school ate up so much of my time with time-consuming tasks that are just like... School almost made me go crazy. I could tell so many stories. You know what? I'm going to tell one of those stories right now just because I got to get it off my chest how much school stressed me out sometimes. I'm a digital media major, okay? That means that all my professors and everyone, they're teaching me how to make better digital media. One of the videos I presented in class was filmed at a 21:9 aspect ratio. That means it had those black bars on the top and bottom of the screen. Some of you guys may have not noticed this before, but in every single movie you watch, there's almost always those black bars on the top and bottom to create that 21:9 cinematic aspect ratio just because it looks better. And I did that in my video. My professor asked why I had those black bars, and when I told her it's because it's a 21:9 aspect ratio commonly used in movies, she had no idea what I was talking about and asked me never to use them again. Only some of you guys out there who know a little bit about film will know how egregious that sort of lack of knowledge for a professor to have is. It's just, man, I don't want to make it seem like I'm not extremely grateful for getting a college education. Not at all. I'm just saying that there were some specific situations in school that took up a lot of time and a lot of patience. And now I have a lot more time to make videos to answer your question, Let Card Collector. Jake Yowo asks, what's your favorite school moment and will you introduce us to your girlfriend at some time? Well, my girlfriend was actually in this video for the eagle eyes out there. And favorite school moment, there are so many fun stories from college. Way too long and way too many for this video right now, but maybe Grant and I will have to hop back on the Rise Magic podcast to talk about some of them. Bustin Jowman asks, what is the best tip to cope with final exams or tests? Sleep. Your brain and your memory and everything functions better when you get enough sleep. I know I might sound like a massive hypocrite right now because you guys will see me staying up late to make videos, but I only do that once a week, if at all. So it is extremely important when you're trying to remember things and for your stress and anxiety levels to make sure you're getting a full night's sleep. Sleep is so important. In fact, you guys should listen to this Joe Rogan podcast on sleep. It is life-changing. Seriously, if you get anything from this video, go listen to this podcast with Joe Rogan and the sleep expert. You'll learn so much about sleep. I'll link it below. You guys gotta check it out. AJ Jackson asks, are you guys planning to do a meetup at any point this year? Example, New York City. AJ Jackson, by the way, is the guy who made that awesome Rise poster for us. He's the man. Shout out AJ. But to answer your question about the meetup, I'm always reluctant to do that because I just don't know if I can handle the planning of it. Because of the size of our channel, we would really have to make sure we're planning this sort of thing months ahead of time. And with how uncertain my life is right now about where I'm going to be living, it's hard to pick a destination. So once I get some consistency as where I'm going to be in my life, I think I could start planning a meetup. Nigan_the_magician asks, what was the best moment at your graduation? Okay, in case you didn't notice in the intro video, when my friends and I were standing up to point to Grant, who was holding the camera in the stands, there was a security guard behind us, and I didn't notice this till afterwards. I'd only watched the video a couple times that I noticed in the background there was this security guard in the bright green vest who started falling down the hill, and he just kept falling and falling and falling. Poor guy, I hope he's okay. Agio2K says, why is Chandler's voice so dang satisfying to listen to? Is it? I don't know. I've heard that a couple times before. In fact, one of my teachers in one of my classes this year said I had a great voice for narration. I personally don't think so. If any of you guys out there have edited a video where you have to listen to your own voice like I do when I edit, I hate the sound of my own voice, and pretty much everyone hates the sound of their own voice. I'm always like, that's what I sound like? But hey man, thanks. I'm glad you find my voice so satisfying to listen to. Shout out. Hungry Olives asks, any plans on continuing the Rise Magic podcast? Yes, especially now at this super busy transition period. Time in my life is almost over. I could definitely see Grant and I starting up the podcast again because we both have some pretty awesome stories that, of course, we love sharing with you guys on that podcast. So stay tuned. I'll definitely let you guys know when we start it back up. True to You Magic asks, was college worth it? This is a tough question to answer, but short answer, yes. I think I can answer this well, but it'll take too long for this video. But shortly, it all depends on what you want to do in your life. For someone like me in film, really all that matters is the final product of what I'm creating if I want to get hired by people. So I actually got a lot of work before I even graduated college because the people who were hiring me weren't necessarily looking for a diploma. They were looking for my portfolio. So in my case, I don't know if it was 100% necessary, but I am so thankful that I got it, and I think it will help me later on in life that I did get it. But in other cases, let's say if you want to be a doctor, you got to go to college. All right, if you want to be a lawyer, you got to go to college. Depending on what you want to do, it might not be necessary. All right, that's pretty much the end of the video. I saved this last question for last because I figured at this point in the video, only the true fans, true friends of this channel are still watching, and I wanted to update you guys on what's going on. Gentle Giant asked, so why are you doing what you're doing, and what inspired you to do it? I could make a really short answer about this, but I figured I'll just give you guys a long one. You guys don't know too much about that chronic illness that I have that has kept me from so much, that affected me so much in January, the one I had surgery for. That has affected every part of my life since it started about 7 years ago. When that surgery was successful in January, after those 11 terrible days, I had a nice 3 to 4 months of really free living where I was the healthiest I had been in a really, really long time. But unfortunately, about a month ago, I had a very, very severe relapse of what the surgery was for, and my health has kind of gone downhill ever since. In fact, when you guys saw me on that TV show a couple weeks back, that video, in order to make sure I could make it on my friend's Colby TV show, I was so sick that I had to make sure I didn't eat for 3 days beforehand. And then I had to take so many pills the day of the TV show just to make it on there and to make sure I was healthy enough to be on the show. So when you see me, I'm trying to be all chipper and happy, but man, I felt like I was going to faint that whole day. The sickness that I have that's kind of been flaring back up in my life really almost stopped me from graduating from college. And just going to the graduation event, walking across that stage, once again, I had to make sure I didn't eat for days before that graduation, and then have these prescription medicines and painkillers to make sure that I was able to just walk across stage. It's been a rough past month. And it's gotten to the point where I really might have to have that surgery again, and considering what it did to me last time before I started getting better, how it really, really incapacitated me, and I don't want to say almost killed me, but it was close. It was really bad. So I might have to do that again, which is pretty terrifying. But the long and short of it, why do I do what I do, and what inspired me to do it? This sickness is a defining part of my life. It affects everything I do. I can only eat 6 foods because of it. And it has taken a lot of things and a lot of experiences from me. I used to play basketball at a pretty serious level. It took that from me. I used to work out pretty seriously. I was an exercise science major in college. It took working out from me. Even back in high school when I first got it, I was held back a year because I had to go to the hospital in and out that whole year. I missed a whole year of high school. So I missed out on graduating high school with the friends I grew up with because of my sickness. My lack of health and my sickness has taken a lot of things, experiences, and dreams, things that I want to do with my life. It's taken away from me. But there was one thing that I can say that my sickness gave to me, and that's this. I don't think I've said this on this channel before, but this YouTube channel started the second semester of my sophomore year of college. What happened that semester is I relapsed really hard with my sickness, and I got so sick I actually had to completely withdraw and drop out of college. So I missed an entire semester of college. I was angry, I was depressed, I was so upset because I was like, I already missed a year of high school, now I'm missing a semester of college. And that semester of college I missed, that's when Grant and I started making YouTube videos, and when I was so sick and bedridden that I was teaching myself how to edit while I was a college dropout in my bed. The semester I learned the most out of all my 4 years of college was the one semester I didn't go to school, where I was terribly sick, and I used that time to edit and make YouTube videos. So I know for you guys this channel can be tutorials, magic, cardistry, whatever. But the reason why I'm so dedicated to it is because, lots of you guys will say, you're so sick, just take a break. You don't have to upload every week. The reason I'm so devoted to it is because the way I view it, okay, basketball was taken away from me. Working out was taken away from me. All my other dreams and aspirations have been taken from me because my body just can't handle it. It's gotten so sick. But I can always do this, and this is the one thing that it gave me. So I got to go after it with everything I have, because there's got to be a reason why it all happened. And I believe that God has a plan for my life, and He has things that He wants to do with me through my sickness. So sorry for the long-winded answer. I'm not trying to get too deep, but I just know if you're watching this late that, you care about the channel and stuff like that. So that's really what inspires me, is this is the one thing that I can do no matter the condition of my body. So that's why I'm going after it with everything I have. And, I hope that I'm good at it. I hope that makes sense. One last question. Jay Adrian asks, how far are you going to take the Rise Magic channel? I hope that long answer lets you guys know that Grant and I will take this channel as far as possible. See you later.